Hello, welcome back. My name is Lenny and I'm here to help guide you through this cashier training course. Last week, we discussed math skills. It is so important to understand the basic math concepts of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. As a cashier, you will be asked to perform math skills every day, whether it is handling change, calculating tax, verifying age, or calculating sales prices. Practice math every day, and it will become easier. Remember, you can always review the videos as often as you need. If you have questions, ask your instructor. The task you will perform most often as a cashier is handling cash and counting change. We have talked about using a cash register or till. To begin, we are going to look at the till in more detail. Then we will discuss currency or money used in the United States and how to identify and count change to your customers. The cash register is a device used at point of sale to calculate and record sales and transactions electronically. The cash register is equipped with a drawer at the bottom, which is used to store and protect the cash. The cash register will automatically print a receipt after you record the value of the purchased items. It also records cash transactions and provides a receipt for the customer with the references about the purchase. There are different types of cash registers, but they usually serve a similar purpose. The cash register is used for cash, credit, and debit transactions. In today's economy, many people use debit cards to purchase goods and services. A debit card resembles a credit card and is used as an alternative to cash when making purchases. The money is directly withdrawn from the customer's bank account. Sometimes customers will want cash back. This means that an amount of money is added to the customer's total. The extra money is given to the customer. The customer is usually required to sign their receipt, showing that they have received the money. Not all businesses offer the cashback option. A credit card is different from a debit card in that the credit card issuer lends the customer money rather than having the money removed from an account. The customer can make a purchase now and pay later. Every month that the customer has a balance, the issuer will charge interest. Interest is the fee to borrow money. When a purchase is made, the credit card user agrees to pay the card issuer, like Visa or MasterCard. Once the transaction is accepted, a credit card receipt is printed out. Customers are required to sign this receipt. Cashiers should hold on to the credit card until after the receipt is signed, so that the signature can be verified. This means making sure that the signature on the back of the credit card and on the receipt are the same. If the signatures are not the same, you should notify your supervisor immediately. Credit card procedures and hardware will vary between stores. You will be trained by your employer to use these items. Now let's see if you can answer the following questions about the equipment cashiers will use. How'd you do? Was it easy? Great. Now that you feel comfortable with the equipment you will use as a cashier, let's talk about money handling. Do you feel comfortable with identifying U.S. currency? Let's do a quick review for practice. On the screen before you, you will see many different bills appear. Remember, bills are paper currency. Can you identify what these bills are? This chart will show you the correct bills. You should have identified a $1 bill, a $5 bill, a $10 bill, a $20 bill, a $50 bill, and a $100 bill. Great job! Now you will see pictures of different coins. Can you identify the different coins? This chart will show you the correct coins. Here we see a penny, or 1 cent. Here, a nickel, or 5 cents. Here, a dime, or 10 cents. And here, a quarter, or 25 cents. Excellent! Okay, now we're going to practice counting money. Cashiers' jobs may vary, but ultimately all cashiers handle cash for a large portion of the day. Accuracy is very important. Counting money back is a good way to verify that you've taken the correct amount out of the till. It also lets the customer know that they are receiving the correct amount of change. You should always use the least amount of currency as possible. Well, what is change? Well, change is the money that is due to a customer after they have given you money for their purchases. Most cash transactions will require change. When you go to the grocery store, do you pay with cash? Has the cashier given you change? Did you count the change you were given? Counting change and money handling is a useful skill for your everyday life and can be practiced often. Let's practice counting change using subtraction. At the store, Walid buys oranges, apples, and a pineapple. The cashier scans his items. His total bill is $11.52. Walid gives the cashier $15. How much change does Walid get back? Let's do this together. Take the higher number first and subtract the lower number from the higher number. So $15 minus $11.52. When writing, make sure to line up your decimal points. The 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 2 equals 8. The next 0 becomes a 9. 9 minus 5 equals 4. The 5 becomes a 4. 4 minus 1 equals 3. And 1 minus 1 equals 0. $15 minus $11.52 equals $3.48. Is this the correct change? Great! Now I want you to practice a few subtraction problems yourself. How did you do? Remember that you can continue practicing your math skills at this website. Now that you feel comfortable with the math skills involved in counting change, you need to understand how to pull the right amount of money out of the cash register. You should always use the least amount of currency possible to make the change. If you are giving $15.56 change, you would not want to give 15 $1 bills, unless you absolutely had to, and even then, you should apologize. Making change isn't just about giving the correct change, but also about treating the customer well. When you are giving change to a customer, you want to count out the change and place it on the counter next to the customer. Always start with the largest bills or coins first. For example, you need to return $33.26 to the customer. The highest bill you can give out is a $20 bill. You cannot give 2 of them. That would be too much. Pull a $20 bill out of the drawer. Now you have to deal with $13.26. So $13, a $10 bill is the highest bill you can give out. You cannot give 2 of them, that would be too much. So pull a $10 bill out of the drawer. Now you have to deal with $3.26. $3. A $5 bill is too much. The next highest bill is $1. You need 3 $1 bills. Pull 3 $1 bills out of the drawer. You have $33. You still need 26 cents. So 26 cents broken down into groups, you have 20 cents and 6 cents. The highest currency to make 20 cents is 2 dimes. 4 nickels makes 20 cents, but it isn't the highest currency. Pull 2 dimes out of the drawer. 6 cents. Broken down into currency groups, you have 5 cents and 1 cent. Pull a nickel and 1 penny out of the drawer. You have just made change for $33.26. Now you try. Read the following scenario. What is the correct amount of change to give the customer using the least amount of currency? We will practice this more in class. Let's now take a look at an example of a cashier counting the change to her customer. Your bill today is $53.86. Okay, here's $60. Thank you. Let me get your change. Your change is $6.14. Here is $5, $1 to make 6, 1 dime, and 4 pennies for 14 cents. That equals $6.14. Now that you feel comfortable counting change to customers, let's talk about preparing your till before your shift. At the beginning of your shift, you may be given a cash float. Cash float refers to the amount of cash placed in registers at the beginning of a shift or workday. The cash float typically consists of a small amount of money, such as $75, broken up across several denominations and change. The cash float allows cashiers to make change for customers early in the day or shift, before a sufficient number of cash sales has been made to make change from the day's sales. No one else uses that float of money. Cashiers are required to count the cash float before the shift, use it to make change, and count it again at the end of a shift to see how much money they have made. When they go on breaks, they take the cash drawer out of the cash register and take it with them, or they lock the cash register. Having employees with their own cash floats allows employers and managers to track losses of money. Let's take a look at a float form. Here you see the cashier's name, the date, and the time the form was completed. Next, you see 2 columns. Loose money looks like this. Rolled money looks like this. In each column, you must determine how much of each type of money you have in the register. 10 pennies equals 10 cents. 10 nickels equals 50 cents. 10 dimes equals $1. 15 quarters equals $3.75. 6 $1 bills equals $6. 3 $5 bills equals $15. 2 $10 bills equals $20, and 1 $20 bill equals $20. Now, let's look at rolled coins. Notice, only coins are rolled, never bills. 1 roll of pennies has 50 pennies and equals 50 cents. 3 penny rolls equals $1.50. 1 roll of nickels has 40 nickels and equals $2. 2 nickel rolls equals $4. 1 roll of dimes has 50 dimes and equals $5. 1 dime roll equals $5. 1 quarter roll has 40 quarters and equals $10. There are no rolled quarters in this example. Now you must add the total amount of money from the loose bills and coins column, which was $66.35, and add that to the total amount of money from the rolled coins column, which was $10.50. Now add the total amount of money from the loose bills and coins and the rolled coins columns. This gives you the total amount of money you have in your cash drawer to begin the shift. For this example, that is $76.85. Make sure that you sign and date the form, and make sure your supervisor or manager signs this before you begin your shift. Okay, you try completing the calculations to correctly fill out a float form. Okay, do you understand how to fill in the cash float form at the beginning of your shift? We will practice this more in class. The more you practice, the easier this will become. At the end of the shift, you must fill out a cash out form. The purpose of a cash out form is to reconcile or balance the money in your drawer to the actual sales totals at your cash register. At the end of your shift, you will print an end of shift receipt, which contains all of the transactions from your shift. From this receipt, you will be able to find your total cash, debit, and credit card sales. In your drawer, you will have debit and credit card slips as well as cash. Let's look at a cash out form. There are similarities between the cash out form and the float form. You again see a section for the name of the cashier, the date, and time. You also see two columns, one labeled loose bills and coins, the second labeled rolled coins. Just as you did with the cash float form, you will need to add all the money in your drawer together. It is the lower half of this form that is different. Here you will need to fill in the total amount of cash in your drawer, then the total amount of money sales in debit card transactions. Next, you need to write the total amount of money sales in credit card transactions. On the subtotal line, you add the total amount of money in the drawer, plus the total amount of money sales in debit card transactions, plus the total amount of money sales in credit card transactions. On this form, that equals $831.18. This is your subtotal. Next, you must write the amount of money floated in your drawer at the beginning of the shift. Here, that was $57.85. Subtract the total amount of float money from the subtotal. This equals the subtotal minus the float. Here, that was $773.33. Next, you write total cash sales from the end of shift receipt. This example is $383.13. Then you write total debit sales from the end of shift receipt. This example is $225.87. Last, you write total credit card sales, also from the end of shift receipt. This example is $164.33. Now add these three together. Total cash sales plus total debit sales plus total credit card sales equals total sales. Is this number the same as the subtotal minus float? If yes, great job! The cash drawer is balanced. If the total sale is different from the subtotal minus float, you must write by how much in the over or under column. If you are over or under, talk to your manager immediately. The two of you may be able to figure out the mistake. If there is no mistake and your cash register is short on cash, some businesses charge the cashier directly for any shortages, while others take the position that the cashier is fired after a certain number of shortages of a certain dollar amount, say 3 shortages of more than $10. I know that this can seem difficult and challenging, but you can do it. After a few practices, you will be able to fill out these forms easily. If you are having difficulty, do not be afraid to ask your manager for help. As a new employee, they understand that you may need help. It is very important to understand how to fill out the forms and complete the correct math. By being a hardworking, friendly, and accurate employee, you will position yourself for promotions in the company. With promotions come raises, more money, and often better schedules. We will continue to practice each of these in class. If you are having trouble, ask your instructor. I encourage you to practice your math skills every day. This will make you a better employee and a more active participant in your community. All right, I'll see you in class.